We reached out to the food bank, maybe 6 weeks ago, asked them if we could use some of their space while we're waiting for the purchase of 9 acres on White Oak Road to close. And they said yes. Dan Meyer checked with the board and they all said yes, we really appreciate that. So we recreated a garden that had been there several years ago before COVID. And it's about 2,000 square feet. It's roughly 50 feet by 40 feet. And we had lots of volunteers. I think the day with the most volunteers, we were over 20, maybe 23, 24, something like that. But we've been regularly getting a dozen or so or more people to come out into the community, different people. We have some regulars, of course, some great folks that come again and again. And then we have some people that just show up. Last Saturday, we had a gentleman named was Daryl, and he saw us on Facebook, and he stopped by, and he was a great help. So it's really, really fun to work with other people in the community who share, number one, the mission of growing food for people who need it, and number two, who just have fun planting, digging in the dirt, working together. So it's been very, very gratifying.
I would think going ahead now, looking at this and just seeing the kind of response you've had, you've got to feel really good about just what the future does hold when you do get your land for the more permanent garden.
Yes, it's really been a confirmation that people support this idea. People are looking to come together and do something for others. I think it's part of the human spirit. I think we innately enjoy collaborating, and I think we innately feel that everyone should have enough food to eat. And if we can do something with our efforts, with our sweat, with our hands to make that possible, I think we got a lot of people in our community who really want to do that. I'll mention something else that we signed an agreement about a week ago to purchase this 9 acres. And I just posted a photo of myself. I'm the chairman of the Rappahannock Education Farm board, and Price Jett, the gentleman who is selling us the land. I just posted the photo in a little bit that this was the first step in getting the land, and that we needed to have approval by the county for a borderline adjustment. Well, we've had more than 500 people who have liked that post, and the post is just two guys signing some papers. It's not like it's a dramatic, photo of flowers or bees or birds or tomatoes or whatever. It's just two guys signing some documents, and then we got a lot of great comments about it. People saying, "I'm praying this happens." Great that there'll be a farm. We're putting up a farm instead of more houses, and talking about Price Jett Sr., who used to live there, and the kind of commitment he had, the heart he had to help people, and how this use of the land that he farmed for so many decades is consistent with the kind of person he was. So all of that makes us feel absolutely terrific.
And you take a look at just this little small garden, and you see the potential there of what you're going to be able to do. Yes.
I feel real good about the potential. We've modeled our farm after other community gardens around the state and around the country. And I think, all these farms rely on volunteers to really carry the load. And I have no doubt that in a community as wonderful as Fredericksburg, we're going to have a lot of volunteers. So that's a really good feeling.
If someone does want to get involved, how can they do that?
They can keep looking at our Facebook page. We post when we're going to be there for a work day. They could also email us at rappahannockeducationfarm@gmail.com, or they could text us at 703-606-0446. So we have 3 rows of tomatoes. We get the tomatoes from Meadow Farms. They gave us a professional discount to get them. That was really helpful. And then we have a row of cucumbers, a row of zucchini squash, a row of yellow squash, and we just put in a row of watermelon on Monday. Liz Bertoli and Mike Bertoli did that. And Brompton School has donated to us a number of pepper plants. So we're planning on planting those in our 8th row. That's the row furthest to the east. So once we get those in the ground, it'll all be planted basically, and then we'll put in some kind of an irrigation system. So we're making progress.
You've got a fence around it now, and it's an electric fence.
Yes, it's an electric fence. It's solar powered. So we will put up signs urging people not to touch it. It will give you a little bit of a zinc. It's been described to me as kind of like when you get a shot, from a doctor,
Yeah.
an inoculation. The reason we have it, not to be mean or cruel or anything like that, but there are groundhogs there. They will eat everything. So the overall mission that we have of growing food to donate to the food bank, wouldn't be satisfied if the groundhogs came and just ate everything.